Good afternoon, Manchester, New Hampshire, and all the surrounding areas. I gotta tell you, I got two of my favorite guests on, and actually one of my very, very favorite guests, Amo, right?
Yep.
And then we got Petula,
Pam.
and we got Henrietta here. Okay. And actually, folks, we're going to be talking about anything and everything that goes. Sounds good. You were telling me that you started a new project.
Yes, I
I'll
did.
pull that up to you.
Yep. Right over there and get this out of there. How's that?
Start talking there.
Is that good?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
I did start a new project. I've started to sort of take over the care of a very old cemetery in the town where I live. It's from the 1600s, and I was in it as a teenager because they had done a project, like a grave rubbing project where the lady came in that made the waxes and stuff like that. And she showed us how to do it properly, to tape the paper on the stone and rub it so that you don't damage the stone. And back then, when I was probably 17 or 18, something like
Like
that.
10 years ago, right?
Yeah, right. I wish. It was really fun for me because, I liked art projects like that. And I still have those after all this time. Some of them got damaged, but some of them didn't. So, and recently, I kind of got involved with our local historic society, and the lady came back. One of the ladies that I believe did that back in the day, and they did another of the same thing.
Please walk behind the camera from now on.
And so when I was thinking about doing that, I visited the cemetery anyway by myself, and as I walked around, I looked and I went, the stones were really broken. A lot of trees had grown up and fallen down and broken the stones, and some of them were just laying down just because the ground had shifted, so I started looking into it. I started actually looking online, and sometimes how you look on Facebook and then stuff starts magically popping up. So I was looking up things about gravestones, and I found some little sites where people were actually going out and repairing things the correct way. And there's quite an art to that. I mean, there really is. There's really a lot to it. You
And
can't.
it's rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's rewarding.
It is.
Like I was telling you, when I was growing up in Springfield, New Hampshire, we had these 3 cemeteries. They were small, and they were so done collecting, and when we saw the cleaning of it and all that stuff, it is rewarding when you're doing it. But you have to be very careful that you don't break the stone, right?
You do, because there are all different types of stones. Everybody thinks that they're just these hard, objects, and you can't damage them, but you can, because first of all, they're 200, 300, 400 years old now. I mean, they're really old.
What's the oldest one?
Well, like I said, they were back in the 1600s. Some of
Really?
them were in
That's far back?
Yes, because South Berwick, where I live, was one of the first towns that got settled. It used to be part of Kittery and Berwick, and they were all one big area.
I apologize, folks. I had to text my granddaughter, so I apologize. You know how grandchildren are. Well,
You have to pay attention to them.
But so, are you alone, or you have a crew of people doing this?
Right now, I'm taking an assessment of it. So right now, I'm it. But I know there are a couple of people that are interested in it. But I'd honestly rather go in there a little bit quiet and do some things, before I really, there's a lot to it. Like, you can actually map the cemetery on a grid, and put it online now so that people can find it, and then they can find the stones.
When you do you feel like, because you do paranormal, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel the presence of the spirits?
Sometimes I do. It depends on, when I go in, I mean, I'm open to it and I listen, but I do feel like they actually appreciate what I'm doing. Anybody that's, still there.
So you're not afraid to go in there by yourself?
No, it's not a spooky thing.
They're
people.
Yeah.
They were people.
Yeah.
Just like your own relatives, sisters and brothers. Yeah. There's nothing really scary about them. The thing I'm scared about when I'm in there is anybody else hiding in the woods and coming
Absolutely.
out that's alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because down here on Almond Street, they have a lot of the homeless people that hang around in the cemeteries, and they say people will have to understand spirits are not going to hurt you,
Right.
only in your mindset.
If you let the whole idea spook you out,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. And some people
I
are
don't
looking for
understand when
that.
they had this special day of. They have to watch through the cemetery to bring in all these spirits. You know what? That's so ridiculous. I remember a woman well, she had her TV show. They went to the cemetery. If if you're here, speak to us, do this and that. It's people like that make me do not like paranormals. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's an embarrassment to what you're doing, your project. But the spirits welcome you there. You know that, right?
They do, and if they're they're either there or they're not there, and usually I would think that a few might be hanging around at a newer cemetery because of some trauma they went through, and they're just kind of stuck and confused. But
You got to release a spirit there by yourself, and he's going to be back like you just said from the 1600. He was like a brigadier general. Okay, what we would call today, what a leader. And what he's going to be doing is, you're going to say, whatever his name is on there, you're going to come by the stone. You've already done it before.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And you're going to say, you can go home now. Because what you're actually doing, if this makes sense to you, what you're actually doing is, as you're cleaning the stone or whatever, you're sending all that negative energy away.
Correct.
And you're bringing in them up. So,
Absolutely, changing the energy.
absolutely.
Yep.
People don't realize, what, folks, we can change the energy. Say, we're in a political world, we can change that energy too.
Absolutely.
And it's all up to us.
It's changing your intention.
Yeah.
It's changing
Your intentions is a good thing. I actually see you helping her.
Yeah, I've gone in a few times. Maybe when she gets down the road a little bit
Right now, the
further.
issue is a little bit of
Poison
poison
ivy.
ivy. So we're gonna get, but
Poison
there's
ivy, I have an agreement. I don't touch it, it don't itch me.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I used to run around a lot in the woods as a kid, and luckily we never got it. But
Yeah.
you don't push your luck either.
No.
Yeah,
So-
and it's covered
amazing,
right now.
Yeah. It's amazing that when you're a kid, all the immunity system you have, like we had, my dad used to grow rhubarb. And the bees in there, and I would never get stung. Now, if I got stung the other day by a wasp, hurt. Oh my God!
Well, it used to hurt when you was a kid, but
but
you'd get over it.
shrugged
quick.
it off.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But I do see you're going to be. You actually keep doing your work. I see an article being written about you, and you're not doing it for the publicity.
No, I'm doing it because it needs to be done. I think how you treat your dead and how you take care of your dead reflects on the society.
Absolutely, and it reflects on you. Oh, they're dead. What the hell difference does that make? But you know what? It does make a difference. It means that you respect them. Okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't go to I have never been to my daughter's cemetery because I know that spiritually she's with me always.
Right.
Okay. And I just can't do it. I know it's been a long, long time, but I just can't. And my situation when the Christian told me that because my daughter died because I was such a bad person. So that's what turned me off in Christianity.
Yeah. Well, some of them are
Oh,
misunderstanding.
you're going to get a lot of SS Street people coming to want to help you. This is going to grow,
No, I have
Okay.
a feeling it will.
but
Yeah.
go slow with it. You don't want somebody because you want to be the leader because you're the one.
Well, yeah. I mean, I want it done quietly and I want it done respectfully, and we really need to. It's a good sized cemetery, and it has almost little zones of different eras, and different dates and different groups of people. There are little family plots within that. I've already cleaned up. There was an infant stone that was tipped down. And it's really interesting. Like, it's a whole big thing. Like, the stone carvers all have their different ways of doing things. The types of stone is all different. You can have marble, sandstone, slate, and those don't, sometimes you think they're stone and they're hard and they're going to wear, but they don't really wear well. And so you have to be careful what you clean them with. Right now, it's only water. And so after water, if we need something else, I'll have to assess that. But it's going to take a while to do the
how
whole
long does it
assessment.
take to clean one?
It depends, because once you start, spraying the stone and then kind of just brushing it with a very soft brush, you have to then wait for it to dry, because the stone actually absorbs a lot of that water.
Right.
And then you kind of have to let it dry and come back at it. So you might do a couple of stones and then another
If
day.
there is anybody out there that's interested in what Paula is doing that live up in that area, you can Facebook her and find out, right?
Yeah.
And find out what she's doing, and maybe you can donate some money to help. Now, she did not ask me for. I didn't know we were going to talk about this. Actually,
Yeah.
she just, if people want to join or find out more information on, they can go to Facebook, and check it out more. Or I'm not going to give you a number. You can just go to Facebook.
Yeah, they can find me. And you can also look up the Old Berwick Historical Society, too. They're on Facebook. And I'm doing it sort of, I've been spending more time with them, too, also. Donating my time and helping people look up history and stuff like that.
Sounds like your spirit is leading you to a different type of life.
A little bit.
Isn't that exciting?
I always find fun things to do. I'm never bored.
No, but it's so when the spirit leads you to a different way.
It is.
I'm a big person that I am a procrastinator. When the spirit tells you I've had enough, now you're gonna do it, And are you a procrastinator?
Not usually.
No.
No. I can be sometimes, but I get it done.
You have a new person coming into your life.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, allow it to happen.
You say that like I wouldn't.
Don't be greedy with it. Let it go. Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be someone that's going to be all the different than you ever expected.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay. He looks like a nerd.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's also very intelligent. And he has a lot of spiritual, like Indian info that would fall right into suit what you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You actually, wow. The spirit is telling me you were actually buried in that cemetery.
I wouldn't put that past me.
You're going to find it when you least expect it. See, what people don't understand is that we can come back many, many times. You're a very, very old soul. You were back in the 1600s.
Mm-hmm.
You were back when Jesus Christ was walking. So we'll have to give a double walker for you.
That explained my knee issues.
There you go. But we're 95% of our old souls. We do have new souls. Don't get me wrong. And stuff. But a lot of the times. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to. Would you walk her around for me?
Sure.
I would like to invite you to meet my very good friend Amo. Amo is a service dog.
Yeah.
And
He's decided it's time to come out of the corner.
he says it's time for him to be on TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Him and his hairball. Him and his hair.
He's pulling his coat right now. So he's like,
Okay. You take a minute, let everybody see you. There we go.
Okay, his head's got to come up.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
There we go. Our boy Amo. One of the best dogs, huh? Now, did he get along with everybody?
people, yes.
Yeah, but not other dogs. Okay. Thank you, Amo. Got a picture? Yeah, okay, good. You're the star. Now, does Amo let you know if there's something like danger near you or somebody shouldn't be near you or something?
Yeah, he will. He's not particularly trained for that, but he will just in the sense that he's a dog.
Yeah, and he knows.
Yeah.
I always follow my dog, don't you? You know, like I have a little short-haired terrier chihuahua, and we had these people that were drinking, and they were pretty heavy, and my little dog, her tail, 12-pound dog, you know, went up like that, and she had that loud, we're going to do this. And, as you could have seen these two slightly overweight, I'll use that one so I don't get people running down the porch, and her trucking right down after. It was so funny.
Oh, that is funny.
You know, but dogs, that's what their jobs are. They are there, and we are there to protect them and animals. That's what our field is all about. When people start judging me, stop judging me because of my political views and look at my inner being and look at me being, that spiritual person I really am. I have my belief, you have your belief, you have yours. And the one thing about it, if we disagree, we don't make it a personal thing. Okay.
Right.
I just had a lady Facebook me told me stop bashing the Democrats. I said, well, you stop bashing the Republicans, then I'll stop doing that too. And a couple other, I am so heartbroken. My former co-host Lori, according to her, I'm a narcissist. I'm a hater. You name it. I couldn't believe this. I was so heartbroken, but that's okay.
Hey, you guys were together a long time.
3 years, but she never smiled, and that's okay. One of the you shoot a gun. I'm a reason.
I have.
You're an expert.
I'm a very good shot.
I'm not going to go on your property. But so are you in for the Second Amendment?
I am.
And you?
100%.
Absolutely.
You got to get rid of your governor, huh?
I
you know
didn't,
the
let's
sad
just say
part?
I didn't vote her in.
Yeah. But people continue to vote. They complain. They talk about it. But guess what? They get erected.
We know where your mind's going.
Always. When you get older, it keeps going that way.
It does. It keeps sliding back into that.
Right. You live in the second childhood days.
There you go.
But as far as you're doing what you're doing, that's not only, that's not the only cemetery you're going to be doing. You have a
can
lot
see
of
that.
old abandoned cemeteries in the area where you
There
live.
is.
Yeah, there is.
there certainly is. There's a lot of little tiny plots.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I was helping a lady track down some old family plots that are on now other people's land. And it was so overgrown that we were looking across a big field and all we could see were trees in the middle of the field. And when we walked out, we actually had to look in the bushes to find the fence that was around it. It was completely obliterated by nature.
Right. Well, when I was growing up in Springfield, when I lived by a beautiful river, my dad owned a lot of property back there. We had an old Indian schoolhouse that we built into a house, okay? And as we walked down the road to go to the so-called dirt road, main highway, there was actually an Indian cemetery. And I think that's where I started getting my spiritual belief. Because I would spend hours and hours there. And I drove by there like 7 or 8 years ago. And I drove by there. It was like I had never lived there.
Wow.
But I had to go get rid of all the negative energy at the pond there. Because in my mind, it was still there. And you can't do the work you're supposed to be doing if you carry all that resentment. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my friend Bob and I, when we went to, I cried, I let it out. And folks, there's nothing wrong with getting rid of your negative energy, whether it's crying or resentment, whether you're crying, yelling, screaming, the whole. Just don't beat people up, I was famous for that,
You need to release it. You need to get over it so you can heal and move on.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in writing it out
Yes.
and then bringing it out with sage,
Yep.
Our friend Ed, I got to talk to Eric. I think your past name must have been Ed.
Probably.
Must have been.
Because I'm really concerned about him having some problems in the brain area, Is your husband or your boyfriend, is he a little bit overweight?
Yes.
He's really going to lose it.
He knows. It's a hard thing to do.
Can I be very honest with you?
You can with me.
And tell him that you're going to end up seeing him in the hospital. He's not going to die or anything like that, but he's going to have what we call an angina attack,
Okay.
and hopefully it'll wake him up.
Yeah, everybody takes something like that.
Are you ready to marry her in 2 years? Can you marry people? They have a license for it? I can. Well, when you get ready in 2 years,
No,
I'll
I
come up
cannot.
and marry you.
Okay.
I put her on the spot.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
actually, technically, I do have that little reverend thing.
Oh, that's true,
technically,
yes.
I do too.
Yes,
You know,
but
yeah.
I was thinking the New Hampshire one. I'm a New Hampshire
They go anywhere.
notary. Well, New Hampshire,
Oh, yeah, you're a notary?
they have a separate one.
Oh yeah, it's a
If I
notary on
wanted
the
to
justice
do
of the
that,
peace.
right.
Yeah, I got it.
Because I'm out of state, that's why.
Right, yeah. But I love Reverend. I love it when these people. But you do spiritual. I love these Christians that tell me how I could probably quote the Bible inside and out before they can even get one more verse out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I love it when I invite them to come on my show, but they have to bring a Bible with them. And I'll say to them, "Why don't you leave the Bible at home?
Yeah.
Can't you survive without it?" Do you have any questions about how I got started? Remember you said you're going to have a whole line of questions here.
Yeah, I did. Well, that was one of my questions was when you realized your gift and how that evolved into readings for you.
I always knew I was spiritually gifted since I was like probably 5 years old, but I didn't understand it then. Like I just said, you sit on this Indian grave and get a lot of the spiritual being, but still not. I knew I was, as they call it back in them days, religious, okay, spiritually guided. I can remember my dad had shot a dog because he was quite ill. And I can remember burying the dog, and I can remember doing the prayers over it and stuff like that, you know. As far as doing the readings, I really didn't do a whole. I could do readings, but it came to full focus when it was probably about, I don't know, 23 or 24. But I did it on the wrong side. Okay, because all these Christians would tell me, "You're the devil, so you can't do it this way, you can't do it that way." And the more the readings that I was doing, the more I hit it by alcohol. Okay, I could do a great job when I was doing alcohol. I mean, I would have what they would call seances, and now I call them. You know, I could tip a table. I don't want to do it anymore. I could work with a Ouija board. Don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I could actually do seances. And one time I went up and walked over and slapped a lady out of her chair.
Wow.
Can you imagine trying to explain that in a court of law? You know,
Right.
and I don't want to do that anymore. Do I do channeling? Yes, but I also make sure that I'm doing it now. I had to lose everything to have what I have today. I used to do readings at work. It would get me in trouble and all that. No, what can you tell me? What can you tell me? And I go, but we're working. No, that's okay. They don't mind. I end up losing 2 jobs because, you know, well, you can't be doing that. And I said, well, I said, I want to thank you for setting me up, you know.
Wow.
And I knew it, but, you know, I knew that was wrong to do, but I still, because, see, we are people pleasers. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to say no. But you know what? I came to a point now, and I think you have to, with no is in my vocabulary now.
Oh, definitely.
And I love what I do. And I think that makes a big difference. Like, I tried doing your cards, and they felt very hot, like blistery. So that's what, everybody has our own techniques of doing things. But we come out with the same answers.
Yes,
know?
yeah, you do,
You know?
pretty much.
You know? You don't do them as much?
I haven't done them as much lately. Well, they've been here. They've been with you. They've been in your position. So I was going to ask you a question. So how, it was something about how I've lost it. It was something about how, I guess, it was something about the strength of what you did. It'll come back to me.
That's
It's
right.
gone now. We talk too much.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I had to learn is how to differentiate the good and which is real and which is not real. I used to do a lot with my ego because I could see it. My ego was really in other people, and then I would do it with, you know, like my spiritual guides and not my angels. You know, and the more I did it with the spiritual guides, I was accurate. Don't get me wrong, but then all of a sudden I got this big angel. And then I got another one, and I got another one. I go, what's going on here? And I said, you're going to be using your angels as well as your spiritual guides. And when I started doing that, and I let go of all the energy that I had and not holding myself back, you know what? It's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We got to get your confidence in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to pick up.
Right. The energy that she has is going to be doing a lot of transferring. And I think you're ready to transfer it over to her because you have a whole new project that's going to be taking a lot of your time. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your husband is very proud of you.
I think he is.
He doesn't understand what you do.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah.
But he knows it gets things done.
Right. You know, and you're a go-getter.
I am. I don't know. I find projects everywhere. I'm just interested in certain things, and when it's ready, it comes to me.
See, your spirit doesn't allow you to be bored.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Even when you're pushing along in that wheelchair. What's your husband's name?
Dennis.
Dennis, we gotta go over there now. Come on, let's go. And she's gonna be saying, "Okay, James, let's go over here." You know.
Yeah.
And then your dog there. Boy, look at him. She's watching you, huh? Now is that what he does when you cough or something like that?
Well, he'll alert medical issues. That the cough is just annoying. I'm just getting over I had laryngitis for a while.
Yeah. Did she wake you up from your nap? Now, could he be heavily sleeping and you start having a PSD approach?
Yes.
And he'll respond just, really?
Yeah, if I have a night terror, he will wake me up from it, whether he can be dead asleep, and he will just wake up and alert me, wake me up. And it's interesting because he smells the adrenaline change, and he can actually tell the difference between a regular nightmare and a PTSD night terror. So he won't wake me up for a regular nightmare. That I'm on my own. But as soon as the adrenaline gets high enough, he gets up and wakes me up.
Does he jump on your bed, or does he?
Well, I don't wake up easy. So he starts nice, and he'll lick my face, and then that doesn't work. So he'll take as you notice, he has a large nose. He'll kind of push me with his nose. And if that doesn't work, then I get the paw. He'll jump on me with his front paws.
Isn't that amazing? It makes me cry. I want to cry because I get emotion with stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Does he help you to bring your sugar level down or whatever by waking you up or whatever?
Well, from the PTSD, yeah, he will help me get my adrenaline level down. When he alerts my blood sugar, he really can't physically do much about that. But he will alert me when it's going too high or too low.
Okay. You're a good boy. He knows we're talking about him.
He does, which is why
he's like my little chihuahua. I'm talking to my son about my dog, and next thing you know, she knows. They know.
They do. They're very, very, very clever.
But he is probably one of the most happy dogs. A friend of mine just got a special needs dog too, because I can't remember the name of it, but it's a little small dog, beautiful dog. Because the other one got killed in an accident by the custody got a new one. Yeah, and his son has autism, and the dog helps him keep himself calm.
Oh, that's good.
It's amazing what animals. Don't you think animals are smarter than we are?
They definitely have a different innate sense.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't betray us.
And they don't. And they don't have those social constructs that we do, and they don't have the same emotional makeup. They're just them.
Yep.
And I love
100%.
Yeah, I love them. We have a cat that's actually my son, my Scott's dog. A cat, rather. Duh. One of those things. I haven't smoked enough yet. So I did that one time to go on a TV show. Before I smoked at 1:30. That show was at 3:30. Never, ever again. I saw this lady brought an angel in, and all I could see was the angel flying all around. I go, whoa, that's it, no more. When I did my radio show, that was a different show. Mm-hmm. But the one thing about you is, you have allergies, don't you?
I do, bad, yeah.
You can't smoke pot.
No. No.
And you can't, that's right. And you can't smoke cigarettes.
I shouldn't, but I still do. Yeah.
I'm going to make you sick.
Yeah, I actually just bought the patch so I could start trying to quit.
You know, when I did the patch, it was worse for me than doing the patch. I ended up going to the hospital.
Really?
Yeah. And they were checking my heart, and the heart machine broke down or whatever. Then I burnt, and everything calmed down. I didn't dare to tell the doctor afterwards, But I'll tell you, the thing is, a lot of things, I may say that you're addicted to cigarettes. But you know what? That's our choice. Heroin is a choice. I do not call, and I will not call it a disease. I'm sorry. I'm an alcoholic. My choice. I got sober. My choice. Just like with all of us. Okay. So though people can disagree with me, that's okay. What do you think about it?
I think the same thing. I don't judge anybody.
No.
It's not an easy thing, but I find that I've always looked at other things that are not normal. It's not
Yeah.
the word I want, but healthy things, I guess, to try to take care of those things. If I get stressed out, or then I do something to help somebody, because that makes you feel good. So there are other ways to take care of it.
That's what I like about my show. I have fun bringing, and I hope if I can bring the guests on my show and have a happy smile with them, then I'm happy. And there are going to be people that aren't going to agree with, but other readers probably won't come on, and that's okay. And they didn't come to my events long before I get into the political. When people have to be jealous of each other, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not any better than anybody else. I'm not any worse than anybody else. We all are at our own level. Like when you do tarot cards, or when you do the kung fu what is it called?
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Yeah, and Kempo.
You do it, you do it your way. My friend Randy does it another way. We
Yeah,
all have different steps that we move?
Well, we all have different instructors, and there are different types. And then like for instance, the Tai Chi or any martial art, you're learning certain things about it, but then you make it your own. So, sure.
Yeah, that's like when I went to college and became a nurse, and I went to college. I'm as my ex-roommate's father used to call me an overly educated idiot, and I was because you know what, we learn. Then we go out on the streets and we do it our own way. You know what I'm saying? And that's like with you. Now you took the basic training to become what's it called? No. When you do
Are you talking the
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Yeah.
Okay.
You learn the basics, right? But you also do it your own tempo. You do it your own way as well.
Yeah, it's kind of like handwriting. Everybody learns handwriting the same kind of not the same way, because you have a different teacher.
Yeah.
But you have to take it because of your own body and your own experience and how you process things, and you make it your own. So.
Have you ever done spiritual handwriting?
Yes.
I think
That's
it's
why
fun.
I write when I. That's why I write when I do a reading or something like that. Usually, I like to have a pad of paper there.
I love doing spiritual handwriting. It comes out and looks like an Arabic type writing, right, way back in the ancient times, But then what I do and it comes out with it looking like that, what I do is I make it translate back into what it's going to say. Because if it doesn't translate, then I know it's from some other entity that I don't need in my heart.
Right. True.
There's a gentleman that keeps talking to me to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, is that okay?
Yep.
He not interested in you. That's just what he's telling me. Okay.
It's okay.
But he's interested in you, and actually, he's your guardian angel.
Okay.
We all have a guardian angel. We all have them all. And he's telling me to tell you that he is helping you. He's laughing, by the way, when he said that to you. But you don't get offended.
No, I don't.
But you've got to listen to your spiritual guide more than you have to. We all have spiritual guides. You actually have a very small, almost invisible totem pole.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, most of them are gigantic. Like yours is yours is like. But when it grows, it's going to grow it looks like a cactus right now, and when I'm visualizing. And when it grows, it's going to grow very rapidly because you're going to be really teaching a lot of spiritual reality. And you're going to get your dog, believe it or not, will give you a lot of messages.
I believe it.
And he already has.
Yeah.
Okay. He told me to tell you you're never going to get rid of him. No matter what.
My dog or the
Yep.
guide?
Your dog.
Oh.
And the spiritual guide, actually, you have two spiritual guides. One is from Russia, and you got one that's from Ireland.
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay. The one that's in Ireland owns several bars.
Fits right in.
But the one from Russia is a very well-known Orthodox priest, okay, way back in the 1600s, okay, and way back before, and he is there too. I'm very surprised that you have no female guardian angel when most people have the male and female, and that's also because you were actually a male in your past life.
Yeah, that's not surprising. We have Mary on line 1.
Oh, where's the?
Yeah, hit that button right there. Hello, welcome to North Community Corner.
Hi, Mary.
Hi there, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Mary?
Not too bad, not too bad. No, I want to say thank you so much for what you did last weekend. I definitely want to thank Tammy.
Oh.
This is about the third time now you guys have helped me with what happened, and I'm so grateful. And I do want to say thank you to your family.
Thank you.
And to you now. I know I had other people trying, but they had no cars, no way for me to get my keys. And Bev and Dick just come out of the hospital. I understood why they couldn't, come to my house.
Yeah.
Bring me my keys, because he just come out of the hospital. That day they had just picked him up and brought him back home. So I don't know how to say, but thank you for being such a
Mary,
good
you know what? You're my adopted sister, so don't ever worry about it. Mark on your calendar. August 31st, we're having a cookout at my son's house for Tammy's birthday.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Great. I can bring something special. Just to
All
say
right.
thank you
Yeah.
to all of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. How you feeling?
My stomach is really acting up. It really is. I see the doctor next Friday, so I'm getting pains in the middle of my stomach right now.
Yeah. Maybe
So I don't know if it's indigestion, what the heck it is, right now.
Well, I do see it going away when I think that's going to.
Yeah.
You might need an acid reflux medicine.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to go back on that again.
Yeah.
And stuff and everything.
Yeah. Hey,
Thank you again, you and your family.
Oh, no problem, Mary. We're always here for you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Bye, girls.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, Mary forgot her keys or something, so my daughter-in-law went and got them for her. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Be good to each other.
Oh, my hair's a mess.
Well, it's raining out,
so.
Huh? I said it's raining out.
Yeah,
so,
okay. My hair has always been my pride and joy. And then when my son used to have his until like 3 or 4 years ago, way down here, ever since he was a child, and when I saw him with all his hair on, I almost had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
I used to have hair down to here. Honey, I was the queen of queens back then, But, sometimes you have to change, and that's okay, There are days when I go back to life, like my son gave me this for a nice present, and of course, I bought him a shirt just like this, And yes, folks, he is old. This is a Trump 2020. Oh, finally, someone has kahunas. Yeah.
Right.
But isn't that true? I'm not getting into a big political discussion unless we'd like to, but I am so saddened because I see your state going down the tubes. I actually see a lot of people moving out of there. I don't want to be surprised if you decide enough is enough.
Yeah. Well.
But you're a fighter.
I like this. I like where I am. Yeah. I like where I am, and I don't want to turn it into another state.
No. And it's so sad, that people, once they get elected, is she a transgender? Is your governor a transgender?
I would assume so. Other than that, I don't know.
She looks like one. Why? Once they get that power, to hell with the people who voted her in. She's going to do what she wants, just like in here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess everybody comes in with an agenda, but it's not your agenda.
No.
It's the people that elected you. But you're also working for the people that didn't elect you.
Yeah, and they forget that, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, when as far as political views go, I'll always have my own voice on this, and I think we should. Anyway, you know, whether you can make it to vote or not, you know, but you still have the right to have your own opinion. I didn't make it to vote the last time I was in the hospital, you know, but let me tell you, the Democrats let me know that too. You know, and I don't think it's up to the people who run the polls who it should be confidential if you go in to vote or not, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she was I think Heidi or whatever her name is, and let it be known to people that I didn't vote. And I felt that, you know what, that should be up to me to see if I'm voting or not. You know, I don't have that right to say, well, Petula over here didn't vote, so you can't say anything about it, you know. I guess it goes under they can say what they want. It goes under the freedom of speech of the Democratic Party. But, you know, I went to the senior citizen dance. I was a senior citizen. I had the best time.
Did you?
I didn't realize I was the best. I am, you know.
There
But
you
I went up there to dirty dances for the women. Then I take my shirt off, and I loved it. Then I danced with the
Oh,
mayor.
yeah. I
Then
can see them having fun with that.
Then I danced with the mayor. I don't think she wanted to, but she didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah.
That the
Thank
people who
you.
said I have a show, I could power on TV. I never do that to hurt anybody, and I don't think that's right because power will pay me back.
Right.
You know. Well, one thing I actually see you have, you're more vocal than your husband is, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. And don't be surprised if I see you running for. What do you have? A select people, or do you have all council people that run the board?
I don't know.
Who runs your town? Don't you have an administration with the
Town council.
voted people in?
Yeah, the town council, I guess.
Town
It's
council.
still a small town.
I think you should run.
No, I don't know about that.
I really do. What do you think?
I think she should run, absolutely.
Either you or her.
No, not me.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
We'll put the ball in her court. How's that?
That's right.
Because you know the
No.
problem is.
My mouth would get me in way too much
That's why.
trouble.
Welcome to the court.
And you don't think mine would?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
temper.
but you use discretion. Yeah, but you use discretion.
Yeah, you use your words
She
differently
doesn't.
than I do. Yeah, no, I have no filter. I'm like, bleh.
That's like I thought about running, but then goes, oh, he's a psychic, so he's gonna know if he's gonna win or not. And all that, I don't need all that garbage. I have more fun just sitting here and slam. I don't, I really do. My political views are mine, just like yours.
Right.
Have you ever been on the Mount Washington?
Yes.
Have you?
Well, you mean on the?
The boat.
No, I've
The
never
show.
been on the boat.
Oh, I actually see you either this year or next year actually going on the ship. I think you would enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful trip. Of course, I don't remember, the last time I was on, I don't remember too much about it, You know how those cocktails just keep getting in front of you. By the way, you're going to be
about that.
allergic to alcohol.
I don't really drink.
I don't care if you have
Very
one.
rarely.
No.
Yeah.
Cigarette smoking. I gave you the number of my friend Matt, right?
Yes. I need to
He's
call
actually
him.
downstairs.
Is he?
He's doing a radio show. So maybe we'll catch him.
Isn't that
before
convenient?
Yeah.
Little fate working out there.
And it worked for me almost 7 years.
Yeah,
But you
I'd really,
have to want them.
I'd really like to
you know.
do that.
Do you smoke?
Never did.
Really?
Nope.
Bet
Well,
you never
maybe
did
a
pot.
couple of puffs somewhere here and there.
You
But
probably didn't do pot, right?
no,
You're Miss Goody Two Shoes.
I like my body clean.
You're Miss Goody Two Shoes. How boring.
You didn't know that.
No, not really. But it works for you, right?
It totally works for me.
One thing I'm looking with you too, I don't need the cards for this, but I am actually seeing you getting the job that you want. When you're gonna be able to, but you've got to stop being so introverted. You've got to be more outroverted. You can't depend on her because she's your big protector. Am I correct? You really feel the need to protect your. You're the mother monarch, aren't you?
I'm the baby of the family, so they all do.
But you control everybody.
I don't. No, I don't do that. I'm the quiet one.
Yeah,
that's
right.
fun.
Party girl.
Just to look
Yeah, but-
alone, right? I love the way she plays
Yeah.
that innocent birthday.
Yeah, right.
But just to look alone. Stand up for a minute.
Why?
I'll tell you afterwards. I love that outfit you have on
thank you.
today. I really do. I think it's awesome.
I do like this shirt.
Yeah.
I really do like.
Oh my God, you actually
I have a
it.
hard time picking out clothes that I'm very picky. And
Yeah.
so-
But that looks awesome on you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you. And you actually lost weight. I like your outfit too.
Thank you. Does that mean stand up?
Don't roll
I'm like,
over
I've already
sawdust.
There you go, being a model. See that? See you may be slightly overweight, but you know what? You both know how to dress so that it doesn't look like everything's bulging. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, nobody wants to see that.
I don't
Come
like
on.
the feeling of clothes that way
Yeah.
anyway.
I don't either.
Boy, I keep went out and I've lost my weight. I want to get this little belly here. You know, when I'm going to get it on. But now Scott and I we went to the Fisher Cat Club.
Walking
game.
is one of the best
Yeah,
exercises
and
you
I,
can do.
I said, oh, I know I'm not going to be able to do it. I know I'm not going to be able to do it. I know I'm not going to be able to, you know, one of those self-doubt because I expected myself to be exhausted and all of that. Oh, my God, I did so much walking. I'm glad I didn't have my high heels on. I would have hurt my feet, let me tell you. Yeah. And then we walked down and we walked back and we were at the game. The gentleman, I said, well, do we get a birthday discount here at Kinder Round? I showed lady, and he only charges $4 for two orders of French fries and soda,
Wow.
which would have been like $12. You know?
Wow.
And then I have been so blessed throughout my years. I got a lot of happy wishes, and you too. You know, one of the things I'm also looking at with both of you is you are going to move out on your own,
Mhm.
okay, with a person, but she's always going to be mother hen. But that's her role.
And I love her for that.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. See, I consider myself an orphan, because even though my family had them and all, but I didn't really know them. I didn't know my dad at all. You know, and there are many days when I'm actually glad I don't have family members. I have great nephews and and all that. But I have my beautiful son and daughter-in-law, my granddaughter, who's going into her second year of college. So I'm happy over that.
Nice.
Life is beautiful, isn't it?
It is. I know what I was going to ask you.
Okay.
So once you started practicing some of your ability at work and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and then you realized you could do that, what brought you from that out into the public and doing, like, did you do classes first? Did you teach
Nope.
classes?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Never? Or?
When I always carried on the negative end, but then when I realized I had to leave the job that I was at because I was drinking, and what if I killed the patient? You know, when I got sober, it was time for me to go out and do parties, doing home meetings. I started out at $5 a half hour.
Wow.
You know, that's how long ago it was. Or donations. When I was in my drinking state or whatever, I never charged anybody for anything. But now that I got sober,
So there wasn't was there that much of that, like, people that you knew that were readers and stuff?
No.
Like, how did you kind
No.
of think about
No.
getting into it, I guess?
no. Well, one of my friends, his name was Dr. Leonard Virgin, okay, he said to me, you're going to be a reader. He did the same kind of cards that I do. I smiled and I said, yeah, right.
Like we all do.
Hungover, But I enjoyed doing it, and then all next thing you know, I started, doing it. And when I got sober, and I was living in this apartment, no lights, because I didn't have any electricity because I forgot to pay the bill, one of those days when my roommate, I thought he had paid it all. And then I started reading, and I said, hey, I like this. And I went and I did my first private party down in Pottstown, New Hampshire. It was a very good friends of mine. I think I got, and then as the time goes on, and I started getting more in tune with my spirit. And that's what it's all about, getting in tune with your spirit. Don't you agree? And if you think that you're going to make $1 million overnight, forget it.
It's
I
work, just like everything else.
Yeah, I tried taking classes online and all the other, it just wasn't working for me. So, the spirit said, I am your teacher.
Exactly.
And I said, okay. He said, no, I am your teacher. You will listen to me. I pushed it away because I wanted to make sure, and it wasn't from the negative energy because
Right.
I lived in the negative energy for years and years. And the more the negative energy, when I was in the born again Christian churches, and all that negative energy, and I'm not blaming the churches.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, well, back then it would have been harder
Yeah.
because that
Oh yeah, they told me I was working
all
for the
that
devil.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
They always talked about it being
Yeah.
from
Good.
the other side.
Yeah, because I could speak in different languages,
Mm-hmm.
foreign languages, and they was, oh no, that's the devil talking. But yet they were doing the same thing. Okay, so I guess this is something I've never really thought of. I think I really want to thank the people who ran that born again Christian churches, because they made me help make me who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Every negative
absolutely.
comes to a positive.
Yeah.
And they made me who I am, and I love who I am today. I love the fact that I go get recognized, and I love the fact that I'm an entertainer. We all are. When you're doing tarot cards or when you're doing the pawns or whatever you call that stuff, kung fu.
Oh,
or
Tai Chi.
yeah, tai chi. Aren't you an entertainer?
Somewhat. I mean,
Because you're
somewhat. As you
teaching, right?
teach, yeah. As you teach, you have to demonstrate, and you have to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if people look at it as a job, then it should not even be in it.
No, that's a hard way to do things.
Yeah.
When you look at stuff as a job,
Yeah.
I gotta get up and because I know I do some of that.
Yeah.
Gotta get up and I gotta go to work. I mean, you appreciate the work, you appreciate the paycheck, but yeah.
But when I love doing parties. I really do. I love having them all come in there. And what I do at a party is that I form a circle, and then I talk to each and every one of them. Then I go into a private mode. Okay? I love doing on stage. But then I say, I get a nervous feeling when I'm going on to entertain. Am I going to do a good job? But, once you get on there, you relax. Like when you start teaching.
Once you start talking and
Yeah, and you say, am I doing it, 'cause we don't want, once we start that positive energy, that's like what I do it on stage or whatever I do.
Well, I think psychics and people with these abilities, they have a lot of energy.
Right.
And I find if I don't put that out somewhere, then I don't feel good.
No.
It just kind of backs up on you. And
Yeah.
does bad
And
things.
I own the stage. When I go on stage, you know how a lot of people sit right there, I own the stage.
You have a different way of.
Oh yeah, I run
so,
back
yeah.
and forth. I'm a dirty
can see
old man
that.
too on there too. Trust me,
Well, laughter is part of
Oh, yeah.
part of a delivery system, and it's a
Right.
good medicine.
Yeah, and I will never tell anybody I'm 100% accurate. Because any person that does it, they're not a good reader.
Nope.
Right.
Okay, and it takes us. I learn something new every day. When you stop learning, then you might as well give up.
Exactly. Again, why I'm in the cemetery thing.
Yeah.
I have learned so many different things just in a short period of things that I never knew about stones.
Yeah. And you learn about the people. You get a lot of clairvoyancy on the people who have lived as you're cleaning it up, do you
I
not?
think that's going to expand, I think. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
that's,
And I think you're right. I think there is one person that's been waiting for this to happen. He's sort of taking care of the cemetery as much as they can on that side.
he's a protector.
Yes, I think so.
And what you're actually doing, and I'm actually getting a chill on it, so I know I'm ready. You're actually rebelling that negative energy to go to the other side, and you're releasing the spirit, because a lot of the times the spirits are locked there and they don't know.
I believe there are some that are just because of the way they might have passed it.
Yeah. And when you're cleaning that headstone, you're actually bringing in a lot of good
Absolutely.
positive. Make sure you take some sage with you. Put a little bit on each one, on the ground there beside each one, and that's going to clear a lot of that negative energy away. And if you don't get in trouble, I'll tell you to burn some.
Yeah. Now
You're going to know when.
Yeah. Nobody's really concerned about what's going on there as long as you're safe. So.
And when you're doing the sage, you're going to clear the whole energy. I'm actually seeing you're the founder. I want you to make sure you register the name, your group name or whatever. Have you got a name for it yet?
For the
Cleaning of the stones.
oh no, not yet.
That man that you're going to run into at the cemetery in the spirit, he's going to give you the name.
Okay.
Okay, so rejoice in it. Okay, Because what you're doing, you're cleansing the cemetery.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's what I hope to do, to
It-
kind of lift that energy.
It's
Because
going to take you about 3 years to clean that all up. It's a fairly big cemetery.
It is. It's a pretty good plot of land, but like I said, there are little groups of stones all over the place, and they're all different types. There are some that look like the big box tombs, and there are some that come up like the big Civil War ones that you see, and then there's little teeny ones, you know. So they're
A
all
lot of
different.
history, isn't there?
Is
Are you a
lot
history
of
buff?
history. I never was when I was in school, because then you know I think it's the way the teachers have to teach sometimes. I think if they had you do projects or something, or take you into a cemetery, maybe you'd be more interested. Which is actually when I really got interested in history.
If you have any questions you want to ask Paula or Pam, give us a call at 640-3091. Or if you want to ask me a question, or if you want to tell me how you don't agree with my political T-shirt, that's fine too. Just don't beat my beautiful body. You know? But one thing that, did you get this message to go through this in a dream, or?
Yes, actually, years ago, when I was first married, so I was 19, I moved into a little old house. We lived in an apartment, and I started having dreams every night of walking a different cemetery. So every night I was in a different graveyard. And it could be, and then I started to get into the ones that were like you see in Massachusetts, or the bigger cities with the big ornate ones that look like they're over in England. And finally I said, I guess I asked people or something, and they said, you know, maybe write something down and then it'll stop, you know, or you'll figure out why this is happening. And this went on for like weeks, for like 2 or 3 weeks. And so I bought a special book, and I wrote some stuff in the beginning, you know, and I wrote the dream down. I should have brought that would have been fun. I wrote the dream down of the walking in the cemetery, closed the book, and I never had another one. It's the only thing that's still in that book.
You were not supposed to write it, see.
Well, I was supposed to write to figure out what I was
Right,
supposed to
yeah.
do, I think.
There's a woman that is going to be one of your spiritual angels that is going to be guiding. Her name is going to be Jennifer. And she was a young child when she passed. She was actually murdered and buried there. Okay. You're going to be getting, if you haven't got a message yet from her, it's going to sound like a baby crying. Okay, so do know that it's not an evil spirit.
No,
Okay.
I don't think there is any there.
And one thing I think is exciting that you're doing this project. I really do. Now you have how many times a week do you go?
I've just been trying to go on, I only have the weekends because, you know, it gets dark now by the time you get home, and you can't really do much. Sometimes I'll take a ride down there and just kind of look around and see, just kind of continue the assessment process.
Do you go by and see all the work that you've done?
Well, I haven't done a ton of it because, like I said, I really need to, you know, everything is so different that I'm really just sort of beginning to map that process and understand what needs to be done. Because there's really a lot to it. And I've been buying supplies because there's no funds for any of this, so each week I have
So
to
they
take a
don't,
little bit
have
of.
so the cemetery doesn't have association?
No,
or
and I
what?
think that's happening all over America, actually. There's
No,
a
it's so
lot
old.
of.
Yeah, there's a guy in Massachusetts has that he have a board that goes to the cemeteries and cleans it all out and all that, and he's a chairman. Arrogant, and I do not get along. And when I made a comment to him, okay, you know, and you say something, then he didn't believe another, you know, and.
I mean, I will say there's a lot of cemeteries in town. I mean, it's not just this one's
No.
one of the oldest ones, but there are probably 5 or 6 more, and some of them are quite large. And there have been in some of the newer ones, people get together in the neighborhood, create an association, but it's a newer cemetery. It doesn't need as much work, and sometimes they can still bury there too. So
Well, a lot of those cemeteries also have perpetual care
right,
kind of
built in.
safety built into it.
But it's
This one's so old,
Yeah, nobody's.
There's no
And
such
it's probably
thing.
on private property, right?
Well, and there, I don't
It's
think
town
there's.
property now. It might have been.
I don't even know if there's a lot. I mean, I think the people that are buried there, there's probably not a lot of descendants of those people left,
Left,
around in the in the
You
town.
got 3
anyway.
slaves that are buried there.
Yeah, we know there's
Yeah.
some buried there because there's a lot of, which is interesting. There are fields that I guess they used to call them Potter's Field,
Right, yeah.
where they have stones, and there's a bunch of stones, and they look like little headstones, but there's nothing on them.
Yeah.
They're like field stones.
Yeah. But a lot of the slaves that were buried in there too. See, where you are, you had like this underground tunnel for slaves to run to, the free man. And yeah, and a lot of the people that were there were, rescued them and put them in their home, taught them how to be independent living. You're going to get an awful lot of education.
Yeah, it is very educating.
I actually see your husband helping you.
I could see that. I could see me dragging him there and saying,
Yeah. Well, he's going to be curious.
carry these bushes.
He's a pretty, yeah. Oh no, not you. You're gonna be, but he's gonna be kind of pushy. I mean, you're gonna be pushy, but he's gonna be curious of what you're doing, because he's gonna see that special glow that you have around you. And it's okay to make love in the cemetery. Believe me, I've done it before. I mean, they had one in Claremont that said,
I'm
"Get a lot."
totally off the poison ivy. I would be.
They had one in Claremont that said, "Get a lot while you're young." We were trying to make up for it. The police didn't have a sense of humor,
Yeah.
But I want to honor you, and I think you're actually on the right path for this, okay? And I actually see you getting in an organization where they're going to be going to different cemeteries, and you're going to be doing fundraisers to help. Let me know if you need a fundraising project, okay? And I'll do what I can to help you. You have a brother?
Do I have a?
Do you two have a brother?
Yes.
Is he older than you?
We have 2. One is passed on.
Okay.
The older one is passed.
Okay, so, but you have another one as well, but he's not doing well?
He's having a little bit of health issues, maybe, because he's getting up there.
He won't
he's
talk
in
about
between us,
Yeah.
kind of in age.
Yeah, he's not going to talk about his health issues.
No.
Okay, he's a very proud person.
Yes.
He's very much like your father,
He is.
okay? But he's also very stubborn like his sister.
Both of us.
Like my sister? Yeah.
Both of us.
I forgot to put the S on it. But he's also a very loving man, isn't
He is.
Yes.
Okay.
He is.
Is he like in his 70s?
No.
Oh, no, he's young, like in his 50s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm concerned about him having a heart problem.
Mm.
I'm also concerned about him having a liver problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he is like we are, stubborn,
Mm-hmm.
typical maniac.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he doesn't believe in doctors.
None of us are. I'm not a big fan of that. But he does see one regularly.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But he won't follow what the doctor says.
To a
Most
point.
of the time, I think he does. I think he does try.
But I am really seriously concerned about his health, okay? I really am. He's got to really start following what the doctor tells him, okay? But I'm also very concerned about the medication they may give him.
Yeah, I think that's a double-edged sword always.
Always. Well, they do call themselves practicing doctors.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And when I was growing up, you had a headache, you call me in the morning, things, Now they don't even call you back, Well, they don't even do home visits anymore.
No.
Now, there are certain doctors actually out there that do set up their practices that way, but it's a type of a cash kind of business. I mean, they don't deal with insurances, but they're like a home doctor. They'll come or you can come in the office, one or the other. But there's a few that do that.
Yeah.
But for people, and not everybody can afford it. That's the
No. Well, my mother worked in the hospital in New London, New Hampshire. And because of her, I'm so grateful, and that's how I got into nursing. Okay. I had a choice, and I would believe me, when I say I went Beck's bad boy, believe me. I had a choice either go to YDC or go into nursing. I chose the nursing, so glad I did,
That's good because you have a lot of energy, and that
Oh, yeah.
energy is
But,
it's good for that
sometimes
energy.
you have to go to that wrong side to become the good side,
It's true.
Like when I wrote that story about me being not well liked in the town I grew up with, But you can change that around.
Yeah.
Everything in life you can change around if you want to.
That's right. Your cells change every moment.
The government wants you to depend on it.
Most do.
Okay, look at all the money that goes into the homeless. Okay, and now they have a special committee for the homeless people. I don't see them out there talking to the homeless people. If you
I was
want
going to
on,
say it appears. It
Right.
appears that way.
right, you know,
sometimes.
I'm a firm believer that if I'm on a committee like that, I would want to go out and find out what can I do to help you.
Sure.
You know, and you would be doing the same thing. By the way, you are going to be doing that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I can see you doing a lot of volunteer that way because it's going to make you. When I go out, I love going out. Hi, how are you? Or I'll go up. What I think is funny, I'll go up to a person who I've never met, and I'll be hearing them talk about Joe Schmo or whatever. Well, I didn't know that. How is he doing, by the way? I hope he's feeling better. And it's been a long time. And I'll walk away there. I don't know him. But I get a smile out.
Yeah.
And I always say, smile, it really doesn't hurt. And I think that maybe sometimes that little smile can make a big difference.
Oh, absolutely.
I had one lady that was offended by me saying, hi, how are you doing today? Have a good day. And that one lady looked at me and goes, oh, I'm sorry, you're having a bad day. One of the people that was a guest said, that was very offensive for you to say that to her. I go, no, it wasn't. Because I'm really sorry. If someone's having a bad day, yeah, I am sorry,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yes.
If I could change it and have a little smile, then you know what? Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing?
You know,
Supposed to.
some people get offended by everything.
Oh, yeah. A certain party, I won't mention the names, you know. Any other questions?
Yeah. How did the show come about?
On a dare.
On a
That's a
dare.
good story.
Okay.
Yep. My very good friend, Buddy, I forgot his last name anyway. Buddy Stewart, he's had this TV show called Wrestling, Big Time Wrestling for a half hour. And I found it looked pretty interesting. So I met him in person at a local shopping center. And I was talking to him about it. Okay? And I thought, well, I think I will try it. So I took all the tests and all that stuff and did a couple of readings or whatever, you know. And they wanted me to do a reading on a guy that works here, and I go, no, I cannot do that without his permission. You know, and I think I gave respect for it because you can't. So then I said, then I took all the courses, you know, learned how to run the camera and all that. So then I went back home with one of my roommates, and I said, I'm not doing this. He says, yes, you are. I go, no, I'm not. He said, yes, you are. I go, no. And he happened to put it on channel 23, I think, or I've got been the station back 16, it might have been. And it was on a Tuesday, and my friend Buddy Stewart came on with Big Time Wrestling. He said, oh, and by the way, we have a psychic coming on our TV station with the name of Norman Moody. And I've been going ever since.
Wow.
You know, and my friend Joanne, our Collins clash right there with no tomorrow on it, you know. And then I had another lady come on. She sat there chewing gum. I've had a lot of young kids on. But you know what? I love it. I love what I do. I look forward to it, you know. 19 years, I think I've only missed like 4 shows, Scott. But like 4 shows. One was due to one because, you know, a lot of technicalities and stuff. But then I went away and I had a person take over my show. It was an hour show. And I said, please, you know, let's do spiritual readings and none of this poor me stuff. And I said, and I was disappointed in the way it worked out. So I have a hard time if I'm going to be going away. I'll let you know. You two can co-host my show for me.
Okay.
Okay, you can bring a guest on. What do you think? Think you can do it?
I think we could do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Then you can do it, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Confident. If I didn't, if I didn't believe it, I wouldn't ask you to. You know. So, yeah. So I think it's exciting.
It is exciting.
I look forward because I never know. Spirit leads me. I don't do it. I'm only an instrument. You know. I never know, as you know. We never know what we're going to be talking about. By the way, who's driving?
I am.
You know, please do me a big favor. Watch on your right side of the road, both of you.
Okay.
I'm very concerned about people. You go the Turnpike Way.
As little as possible. Actually, I go 101.
Okay.
125.
So, yeah, I'm very concerned. I don't want somebody to try to pass you or something like that. So be aware, because I'm a little bit excuse me. I'm a little bit concerned about your brakes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
No smoking while you're driving.
I don't when she's in the car.
Good, because you're allergic to it.
She just hates
I'm
it.
pretty sure I am, actually. You know, I was thinking
Yeah,
about
he's
that
telling you.
too.
Hi.
I was thinking about that too. Because,
You a good boy?
My
Huh?
dad
Did I
used to
say hi
smoke
to
in the
you?
apartment
Mm.
up over Grammys,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, just say hi.
Yeah. One thing that he wants a new collar.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of like a little more brighter.
Oh, okay.
Because he likes to
Oh, that was a
show
good
it off.
stretch.
He's getting used to the water now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I gave my little one a bath. And when I see her, she went running outdoors up and down because she didn't like it at first. Okay. And I bought one of those those electric nail sharpeners that you can get for the dog. So we're going to try that out tomorrow and tonight. You know, they are our princesses and prince, aren't they?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good boy.
And you know, a word of love to them goes a long way. Okay. How are you doing? Huh? I'm patting their dog, folks. It's a beautiful. Is it a full-blood German Shepherd?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one thing I will also tell you, do you have a dog?
no.
Probably wouldn't get along too well with him right now.
A
Do you
female
want
No,
would.
a female might. But
Yeah, a
I
female
have
would.
a
He
cat.
just doesn't get along.
But he's been fixed, right?
Yeah, but he was bitten by a male dog, so he
Oh.
won't do male dogs anymore.
My son had a Brittany Spaniel pit bull. Love people like their dogs. Do not like dogs.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Okay.
sometimes they don't.
Yeah. But my dog I could take over because they grew up together, you know. And I love it when I go to my son's house with the pit bull, my dog. My son's dog has since passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have a beagle.
Mm.
And that's my granddaughter. So I love it. I take her for a walk, and I have a great time. Plus, it gives me energy, and it gives me the exercise. And animals look forward to stuff like that. Don't you
Absolutely.
agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
And I think that's the most fun part. One of the things I want to tell you too is you're going to do a lot of clairvoyancy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't be afraid of it. Stop holding it back.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to be doing cards like your sister do, but you'll be doing a different. I would actually encourage you to do numerology.
Yeah, I've had some interest in that. I have my clear cognizance has absolutely been picking up and getting stronger.
Are you good with numbers?
Yes.
Okay, I would definitely tell you to look that up.
Okay.
You can use. I don't usually recommend family members, but as far as numerology goes, I would say practice with her, and your new boyfriend that's coming into play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't let it happen. Don't rush it.
Yeah, I'm in no hurry.
Okay, the other one's a jerk. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm like, especially after the.
yeah.
I'm,
you know,
I'm good to just take it as it
what
goes.
else? Yeah. Okay, you have a son, right?
I have two.
Two. You know, I got to tell you, they really are they love you very much, but they're also, you can't allow them to control you either.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very good about trying to control you.
You know,
Your youngest one.
no, I wouldn't say at all. No, he is
Or is it your old? That's
the
one man
most
that's trying,
laid
yeah.
back.
I'm telling you, they're trying to control you. What do you think?
I think it might have been an issue in the past, a
Okay.
little bit, maybe, but not so much
Maybe,
now.
maybe years ago, but
I
yeah,
think
not
there's
so
some
much
growing
now.
up that's been done.
Yeah.
They love your dog, don't they?
Yep.
And your dog loves them.
Yep.
Dogs are lovable. Cats are lovable. Cats have their own mind.
I have a cat.
Yeah. My
And he has his own mind.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
he's very vocal too.
Mm-hmm.
we did Scott's room. It was beautiful. You know, it was my way of telling how much I love it, how much I appreciate my daughter-in-law did it all. And we have a curtain, we have a screen in the window, but we have to leave it open because His Highness, big boy as I call him, he comes in that way and goes out when he feels like it. Okay, and so we know the carpet's a good carpet because that's his new bed though. Okay, and we have two different beds and stuff. Yeah.
Another country heard from.
You know, and you know, you're only going to get rewards for your pet as much as you give back. No, actually, you're going to get more from your
Yeah, you do.
rewards than you are.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay. Do you heat by wood?
Hmm?
Do you heat by wood?
No.
No, I wish I did.
No, I'm glad you don't.
No, it's not good, I guess.
No, not good breathing. Do you have a house about not too far from you that they heat by? I keep smelling smoke.
There is a house near us that
Yeah.
either has a fireplace. I think they have a fireplace because I don't smell it all the time.
Probably.
But I do smell wood smoke
Is
now.
that
and
an
then.
older house?
Yeah,
Yeah, they all are in
they're
that
all
neighborhood.
older
Yeah.
where we are.
Because it looks like there's a couple of cracked windows in the building, and it could use a good outside adjustment to it.
Mhm.
And it looks like it might be almost like I'm saying an elderly couple that might live there or might visit there or whatever.
Probably.
And then some young people in there, callous. I actually see that house burning.
Hmm.
You're going to bring the people in to stay so that they can stay at your house. Your husband's going to be alert that he's not afraid to rescue people.
No.
Okay.
No.
And one they looked the lately, and I'm looking at, shall we say, a callous fire.
Hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
And do I see the house being destroyed? Absolutely.
Hmm.
The sad part is they don't have a house insurance.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of old houses in the neighborhood, so they'd be pretty dry, I would
Yeah.
think.
They will go very quickly. You have a pretty good fire department.
We
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're probably top notch.
Mhm.
I don't know whether they is it a volunteer fire department?
Mhm.
do. Hmm. Yep.
Yep.
I think it still is anyway.
As far as I know, I
They
mean, I
probably have a
think
couple of employees, but
they do,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
the most
something
of
like
it's
that, yeah.
volunteer. But yeah, they're good and always have been.
Yep.
That's one thing about Manchester. I gotta give them a lot of. We had one of the best fire departments that anybody could ask for. Remember that blizzard back in October for our whole bottom caught on gas fire, and our fire department was right there and put it right up. We didn't lose anything. Always had wiring and I had to redo it all that. And you want to see me try to get dressed or run out the door, and the smoke's a hole made me for that. I ran into the door and all that. Grabbed my dog and away we went. And you know the funny part, the people that were white Americans ignored us. The people that were from the Dominican and Puerto Rico opened their door and heart to let us in there to stay warm. The Red Cross wouldn't even help us.
Wow, really?
So you know how I feel about the Red Cross. And of course I can't give blood because I'm gay.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I did it one time several years ago, and I didn't tell them I was gay and all that, you know, and they took out the blood. So I went and I found the phone booth, and I said, "Oh, by the way, I just gave blood about a half hour ago, and I'm a gay man. How do you like me now?" I mean, am I going to kill you because you have my blood now? You know, it's the people that, I mean, they go down to Boston, you can sell your blood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not going to tell me that they clean it all out and stuff like that. It's all about money, survival. I don't think I want to do that for a living, would you?
No.
No.
You know? How is the in the town that you live in? How is the homeless situation up there?
I think there may be,
It's like one or two.
yeah, there's like
Yeah.
one or two, but the town is actually, and
take care of
everybody's actually
everybody.
really chipped in to help at least one of them that's been visible. And a lot of times they only want so much help, and then they don't want anymore. So you can only
Yeah.
do so much.
Well, that's here. Everybody, oh, we're going to help the homeless. Yeah, they have a good program, but if the people don't want to help, you can't. That's like going to
And
AA
that's
or
it.
go to.
Well, a lot of them don't want to get into that system. They'd rather, live in a small tent or something they do somewhere. The issue is just what land do you put them on? What land do you allow? It has to be, for our town, it ended up having to be, I think, a piece that maybe somebody owned that they don't use, and they just said, okay. But
Yeah, see, I like the time that when they, how they allowed Nancy Pelosi to, hi, baby. When Nancy Pelosi there, she's all about letting you, so they set them all up to her yard and to her place there. Hi. Hi. How are you? Yeah. Oh, I love you too. I really do. Next time I'll have to bring a tree. No, I don't get trees, so she's fine, But they put all them immigrants. She had the security there. You know that I love the. Oh, we're gonna put. I think maybe it's my hand. Maybe that's upsetting her.
No.
Mine moving
Well, it's
my
not
hand.
upsetting him. It's an open invitation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know that we'll be booking you on quite often. You know that. I love having you guys. Mainly because of the dog. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, when we understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
No illusions.
But I like it when they are, oh, we'll let the immigrants in, but they can't come on my property. Oh, we'll support the homeless people, but we won't let them on our property, you know.
Right.
They were actually down by the river, and come find out they were on the railroad tracks property.
Mm-hmm.
And so-called do-gooders with the Democrats. Nobody takes responsibility for ruining the places they were living at.
Mm.
And then they didn't offer them another place to go. You know, one
No.
lady, she made a call, and she's so proud that she destroyed all these people's. Well, I don't understand that. I don't understand. They're not bothering anybody. Leave them alone.
Right.
You know, are they going to have fights? I'm sure. Alcohol brings out the worst in people. I know a gentleman who, back in Laconia, his name was he thought he was a big tough guy, and unfortunately down here, he had too much drugs and alcohol, and he burned himself to death.
Oh, wow.
You know? I'm not going to say there's not going to be repercussions for living like that, but a lot of them are much healthier, and they might feel a lot better living homelessly.
I think, I mean, I would say that maybe some of them also have issues, and maybe even some slight mental issues or whatever, but it doesn't stop them from being independent and enjoying themselves, and they don't want to get into that track where
Right.
somebody's always sticking pills at them, or just putting them in front of a counselor all the time. They just want to be out and be left alone. And
Yeah.
I can remember back in my parents' days where there were occasional people, and usually they'd move way out in the woods, but they'd set up, like a little camp for themselves, and
Yeah.
they'd manage to make it through. They didn't want to live with everybody
My
else.
mom, we used to call them hobos.
Yeah.
My mother, my foster mother, they all knew when her baking day was, but they all, like, one would have to chop wood, but they had to go to the river and clean up first, and she'd wash their clothes or whatever, and we gave them a good meal and a set to go with every week, and they were quite happy. I've actually had 3 or 4 different homeless people live with me. They couldn't handle being inside. One kid, he just
they do.
loved laying down by the railroad tracks
Mm-hmm.
to see if he could hear the train. I said, no, if I die, I die.
I
You know?
really almost think that those people are like the most sensitive among us, and the ground actually calms them. I mean, it feels good to them, and when they get up and they get in a place like this, the electronics or whatever's in here, the chemicals, agitates
Yeah.
them, and so
Scott, you want to see if Gary's out there? Okay. And the one thing about that is that when the homeless, they know there are plenty of places to go to for help if they want it, And they love the attention. They love, like, you go out on Queen City Ave, they got this lady, she has this chair that she pushes along, she's done it with, but one of those, and she'll sit there, I'm homeless, and I have 3 children I'm supporting, I go, and one baby, I go, wow, she's pretty old to be having that, Well, then they had one time, I couldn't handle it, they had one woman holding a baby there in a hot day, and I called the police, I said, this is not right, it's not fair to the child. They a lot of things, they make more money sitting there,
Right,
and then
right,
90% of them have a place to live.
Yep.
Yeah,
that is true. Sometimes, yeah, for sure.
You also have a private job, right? Well, you work for a medical company or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
You got a raise coming,
Wow, that would be nice.
because they don't want to lose you. You've been there quite a while,
I've been there a long time. Yeah.
and you're not going to
almost 20
retire.
years.
How many?
Almost 20 years.
Okay, you're going to be there 22 years.
Okay, I can do that.
The benefits are okay.
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the insurance, the pay is okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all
No,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm looking at with your husband, he's a hard-working man, isn't he?
He is. Yeah.
Does he do manual labor?
Yes.
Ah,
Kind of. I mean,
does it ruin his nails?
definitely.
But he's kind of like his old employer.
No, well, he does the martial arts, so in that case, he does
Yeah.
that. He's self-employed at that, but he
Yeah.
also does full-time
Yeah.
for somebody else. Yeah.
Stop nagging him so much.
Oh, I don't nag him quite enough.
You've been together a long time.
He needs direction.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Now, you had children as well?
I have a daughter.
A daughter.
Yeah.
By him?
No.
No, but he treats her with a lot of
Oh, he
respect.
does, yeah.
And it's like a father that,
He
you know.
definitely is, yeah.
You know, a man or a woman can be, can give birth, but you know what? A lot of them will find a lot better parents, like grandmothers or sisters and like that stuff. Like, I have a very good friend of mine who literally gave her child up because she knew that it wasn't going to be for her, and the child had the most fantastic life. I think a lot of times I think when they give birth to a child, a lot of times they know that they can't emotionally handle it.
Right.
I would rather see them give it up for adoption.
Yeah, I agree.
And right here in our own country, don't you agree? We don't need to go overseas and do all of that stuff.
No.
You know.
No.
It's okay, but I don't get, that's me. We have so many. I worked as a visitor volunteer in the Appalachian Mountains. Boy, they don't like changes. Let me tell you. I had some of the home brew one day. Well, what's it called? Moonshine. Ooh. But it was great. I'm starting to write my book now.
Good.
Yeah, so when I get it done, I'll give you each one.
Perfect.
That'll
Well,
be-
you need me because I'm the editor.
That's
Yes.
right. I
Very
will.
good.
I'll have you edit it out for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can remember when I first started one of the books, and they told me that my real mother, before she passed away, had a very long hair that she could walk on, and she told the nurse they could cut it. She said no. They used to take the time, and then this is in 1945. They would literally take the time to braid her hair and wrap it around her head. So while I was writing that, and the Spirit wouldn't let me write that in there. So I'm going to start writing my book, and I will. I'll download it or something to have you edit it out for me. Okay. And the one thing that Lori was going to do, but I'm so heartbroken. She literally calls me a hater. I can't believe that well, I can, because one day we were talking about how the Republican Democrats and how all this other stuff, and she literally started screaming at me and literally ran out. I didn't think she was going to come on my show.
Oh, wow.
Well,
And like 3 weeks later, she left. And you know what? Everybody, they have a time when it's time to go.
Yeah.
I've gone through a lot of co-hosts. Now I'm not going to have any permanent one. Mary was a great co-host, and I love her dearly to this day, But I also knew because of her health reasons,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I like having different, I'm going to have Eric. And I told him I'm going to rub his leg when he comes on. He has a great sense of humor.
He
doesn't
does.
He does.
He's up for anything.
Yeah.
It's just too bad that he can't, because he loves being a fireman.
That will never happen again. Actually, you're meeting a person that is connected with a fire department.
Really?
Like I said, you could be someone that you would least expect. You could be a retired officer, commander or whatever they call them. Your sister here, okay. Your sister here has to give her approval, though.
Does she?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You know that, right? She secretly tells you.
She does.
And your brother will also want to give his approval.
Yes,
From
I
up
know. I know. Oh, no, all of them will. Yeah.
Your mom and dad passed, right?
Just our dad.
Just Dad.
And your mom is still around, but she's
Kind
not well.
Right.
Yeah.
Her spirit has already left her body. I just want to let you know.
That's
I
not a
could
surprise.
see in some
She's
aspects.
ready to go.
Yeah. She is.
Yeah, she is.
You all have to do it at one time. Do you get together at all, your family members?
We haven't at this point because it kind of confuses her. So.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is you get a chance, all form a circle to get together. Like, form a circle outside of a door and say, Mom, in unison or in prayer, Mom, it's okay. You can go home.
Right. I see what
You
you're
take
saying.
care of her, don't you?
Yes.
And it's not a burden, is it?
Somewhat. I mean, somewhat.
Yeah.
She's living in a nice place, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Does she live by herself?
No, it's like an apartment building,
Oh,
and
like
it's for senior. It's
Oh,
senior
yeah.
housing.
Okay.
It's a really nice
yes,
place.
they really give her good care.
They
she-
do, and she's
yeah.
got a lot of people around her that.
And
you
they
know,
love her there.
They do. They do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they know they got to give her good care, or there is a problem. Even with you, if they didn't get rid of kids, all your whole family, you're close
Oh, yeah.
knit family.
Yeah.
Where?
But when it is actually time for her to go, I would definitely tell you to form a circle and say, whether you do it spiritually or whether you do it together. Because sometimes they need that.
I agree.
Okay, you
Yeah,
know.
I agree.
Well, one of my roommates, was like we lived at 3H Company, and you ever saw that show, right? And that him and my other roommate was straight. I was really gay with it, so it was interesting, but I loved them all. And when it was time for him to go, he waited until I went to the funeral house to make arrangements, because he knew, a lot of, and I really believe this, that most people that are ready to cross over, they need to do it by themselves. It's like a dog or a cat or whatever. You don't know
Yeah,
they're
I
going away.
do think that's true. I don't think it's part of an energy thing too,
Right,
but it's
yeah.
they just don't want anybody around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I used to wear a bikini, so
Did you?
yeah.
I could see that.
Oh, honey, I went to Bond.
That was on my list to ask you, but I forgot.
Yeah.
see, what
Anything
else?
else?
So have you lived different places? Did you
Yeah.
travel? Or
Yeah, I travel all over.
Okay.
I've been blessed. I went to school in California,
Oh.
and I lived in Arizona. I've been to Florida. I've been to Italy. For my graduation present for graduating from college, my foster father sent me on a trip to Italy.
Wow. So you like it here best?
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah. When I went to school in California, I couldn't wait to get back here. I went and I revisited it, and I really wanted to get.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I had a good time, but I love it here in New Hampshire. It
No,
changed here, the weather.
I lived in California for a short time, and the earthquakes drove me out. I was
Scott
too
is
sensitive
actually-
to them.
Yeah, Scott is actually from California.
Really?
When I met Scott, I was cruising in the park to see what I could find for a
Ah.
one-night stand, and he had a blessing, which is
There you
a
go.
blessing. No, I've been in all over. I've been really blessed.
Good.
Traveling.
Yeah.
The spirit, I always allow the spirit. I don't want to travel anymore in a different state. And where I live, that may not be the best apartment in the world, it's not the Taj Mahal, but you know what? It's home to him and I.
Yeah.
When we're doing the whole thing over.
I'm not a big traveler either. I don't mind doing some of it. I'd rather travel some of the country and see it, than overseas or anything like
That
that.
doesn't.
Because we have so much here.
I've never really traveled a whole lot in New Hampshire. I think I might have went to the White Mountains one time. I don't remember that. But I never. So we're going to be doing a lot of traveling. I told him we're going to start doing things together. If you're a couple, you need to do them together.
And that's more fun. I mean, I love to
Yeah.
travel, but it's definitely better when you have somebody to travel
Yeah.
Well,
with.
you're going to be doing a lot of traveling in the next 7 years.
I have done a lot of traveling already, but
You're going to be doing a lot more.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Your dog's going to enjoy every minute
Oh yeah,
of
he
it.
does. He's actually a good travel buddy.
My goal is to go on a train. I haven't done one of them in years.
Mm-hmm.
You been on a train? Amtrak?
Yes, not out here. I like train system out in San Francisco.
Yeah, the trolley there, Golden Gate Bridge.
I've done the
and all
trolley.
that.
I would not do a trolley again. It was packed. It was hot. It smelled. It was great to say I did it, but I'll take pictures of it from the outside now.
I'm not that. Everybody said I'm not impressed with subways either.
No, I'm not a big Subway fan.
Was it? Go ahead.
I'm not a New York City fan anyways, but yeah, I'm not a Subway fan.
I was gonna say, did the trolley is that a lot bumpier than like a train or?
Yes.
Because I've never done the trolley thing. And I know, like in our
Scary.
town years ago, they used to have trolleys before the train went through.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I can only speak for the ones that I was on in San Francisco. But yeah, it was a little more bumpy and such. But it was so packed, and
Yeah, well,
they
that's
didn't have
their-
AC. It was
No, they're
open
air.
windows,
Yeah.
and it was so hot. And I'm 5'3", so I stand right armpit height, which is not where you.
And they don't know how to shower.
I don't know. It was so hot. Even if you took a shower, I don't think it mattered.
But I can remember one time we were on a subway. I went from the Madison Hotel in Boston. We were going to a baseball game. We went somewhere. and this guy was dumping a whole bunch of pills down and throw them. My ex-wife said, look at that, look at that. I go, no, you don't see anything.
Right.
You close your eyes,
Right.
you don't see anything.
Nothing here.
She said, but he's doing this. I said, I don't care what he's doing.
Yeah.
You don't see it. You know? So, you know.
Yep.
But, yeah. And then, I like the idea I could say I did it.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was in Miami, Florida, and waiting to come up to New England, and the police officer tried to say I was prostituting. I go, me? You know, I'm only like 20 years old. No, I don't think so. But you know what? And so I managed to get the hell out of there and get home. And my foster father thought it was the funniest thing going. Had I realized when I had to pay with him, yeah, he spoiled me, bought me everything I wanted, but the rewards that I had to give with him were not that. You know? And I made excuses and all that for him. But you know what? It's okay today. You know, you kids be molested, I'm sure there are a lot more people out there that have had it happen, but you can outgrow it too. When people grow, oh, I had a hard life, or this happened 20 years, so you're suing somebody for what?
Right.
Right.
How, you know, it's only for the money.
Yep.
We could improve ourselves. I did. Did you?
What?
You never, you've never been sexually molested. Were you sexually molested?
No.
No, neither one of you. Were you?
No.
Okay. We'll talk about it on Facebook. Okay. But don't you overcome it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we can, if you want to see, oh, poor me, I can't do it, but you can.
Yeah. No, you make that choice. You know.
You know, and the one thing that I like about both of you is that the things that your spiritual vision are very, very real.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I enjoy having you come on. Besides, we got ammo here. But you should
that's fine.
really, he really is comfortable here, isn't he?
Yeah, he likes it here.
Yeah.
This
They
is
want to have-
family.
Yeah, you know, and this is when I come up my show. I try to make everybody feel like they're a family. You know I can't sit there and say, "Well, we're gonna do this today. How's your gas?" You know, that's not who I am. You know, I enjoy. Come on right over here now. But I enjoy, you know, having people relax, doing readings, and talk about anything and everything. I had a lady come on, and for her husband to come on, they had the big legal yellow paper. This is what we're going to talk about.
Oh my.
Somehow that paper just fell in the garbage.
Yeah.
Then I had another guy come on, and we're not going to ask this question because my daughter's going to be here. It's something to do with a lady that was on lived with him, and a lot of garbage. What I go,
Oh, jeez. Too many rules.
right? I said, if you don't want your daughter here, then you know what? Don't have her come on because I'm not nice.
You're honest.
I was gonna say you're nice, but you're straightforward.
point, yeah.
You are.
You know, because they were talking about how the woman was doing this and her husband and all this other going on. My daughter says, "Did you shouldn't have gave me the paper?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like destroying people when they deserve it. You know, one thing I also will tell you is that, I'm really concerned about your husband's health. I really am, but it's his choice. You can scream at him, you can yell at him, you can
Sure.
bite his ear.
This is true.
Okay, he's a very stubborn person.
Yes, slightly, I would say, yeah.
But you cook pretty healthy.
I try. I wouldn't say I cook terribly healthy.
Does he
Yeah,
cook?
you do. You do pretty good.
It's my baking.
Usually.
Well,
Well,
the baking's
baking
not
and cooking
healthy.
is two different things.
Yeah.
My baking is
Your baking is stellar.
superb.
And you do healthy baking?
No.
No, but it's
Well,
it's fantastic.
You know what? It's,
Tastes good, doesn't it?
Oh,
it's loving baking. So
There
it
you
is.
go.
it is. Yes.
90% there.
You make your own bread?
I can.
Yeah. We cheated. We have a bread machine.
Yeah. Well, that's halfway there. I have one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. And we make a lot of time. We'll make it on our own.
Because bread does take a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's a better. I showed him a couple of steps to do it. He's a better chef than I am now. You know,
Nice.
and I enjoy being spoiled.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Who doesn't?
You know, don't you earn being spoiled?
Sure.
Your
Okay.
husband earned being spoiled.
Absolutely.
You earn being spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
Do kids spoil you?
They have, yes.
When was the last time the three of you went out to dinner?
That's been a long time because Zach's been living in Alabama for quite a while.
Oh, is he
So-
coming home soon?
I think we're going to go to him because he's getting married.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a grandmother.
I'm hoping eventually, yes.
6 months after their marriage, she's going to...
I'm thrilled with that.
So he may not be moving back up here.
Probably not. No,
Alabama's
he
his
really
home.
likes it there.
Yeah. I can see you doing a lot of trips down there.
I could see me doing a lot of
Maybe
trips
spending
down there,
6
sure.
months out there. And you're going to... I want you to know she's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, and you'll have some, and I actually see now your other son's going down there with you.
We're talking about it. As far as I know, he's going to. Yeah,
He's going to live down there.
I could see that. Yeah.
Is he in a relationship?
I'm not
Sorta.
sure.
Sorta, private.
Yeah, I think he kind of is, but I don't think it's to the point where he's ready to.
He's not ready for a commitment with anybody.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Your daughter, how old is your daughter? Not old, huh?
36.
Yeah, so it's late
She's
30s.
married?
35.
Yes.
You like her husband?
Yes, very much.
And they have a child?
2.
She's not above getting pregnant again. You know that, right?
I would not say that to her.
Well, she catches my show. so-
Actually, she did. She was pregnant, but she lost
Child not too long ago.
twins. Yeah.
Had they been born, they would have been disabled.
I'll
we
let her know that.
Yeah,
It'll make it better.
because she feels guilty.
Well, I think probably everybody always does when that happens. But
It's amazing how I have a lot of clients that come in that have had abortions, and I soothe them by saying that, and I really believe that the spirit had already left the fetus, and so what they're doing is Jesus or God is cleaning out the the remains or whatever, and I believe that makes them feel better, because they do go on guilt trips. You know what I'm saying about doing it that way. And you know what? I know a woman who thought it was a great birth control until she got married, and then she couldn't have any more children.
Oh wow.
Karma has a way of paying.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Time to clean the floors. Any other questions? You have one, I can see it.
My questions. How long have you been in Manchester?
31 years.
Wow.
I moved to Laconia in 1988.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been here 31 years. Best move I ever made. My son and I both say that all the time because he was heading for Peck's bad boy.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah. A lot of fights, a lot of trouble. And I don't really believe I would have been alive today had I lived there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I love Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see us. Scott and I talk about moving maybe to the outside of Manchester, but then we think about it. I don't want to buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do fine just the way we are. We're redoing the apartment over and what have you. I got a big yard in the back. Well, not a super big yard, but that's my project. Like when you had the project in there, we're going to buy some seed and fertilizer to make it look even better. And I mow it. You should see me. Since I lost my weight, I have more fun going out there. But when I put my short shorts on and mow out front, nobody ever gets me a toot on the horn anymore. So I said, well, I can't put up with that, So, one of the things I see with you in the work that you're doing, I've seen like 7 or 8 people joining you. But I want you to be very selective on them.
Yeah.
Don't allow the paranormal to get in your way. Do you understand what I mean by that?
No, that's
Okay.
not. These
Because
are
you're
two
pretty
separate
independent
issues.
on that,
Yeah.
and okay? And if you do a paranormal group, you need to lead it. You need to say, you know what, this is my project, and this is something that I need to do for me, okay? Because you're going to have me overwhelmed with a lot of them. Do you have a machine that they use to bring in talking to the people?
You mean like the ghost box things that they have?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different versions of them. I haven't really looked at. I've seen some of them work.
You
and
could
it's
actually
interesting.
you could actually bring the spirits on your own. You're actually strong enough to know, both of you can, because you're actually strong enough to know who's going to be the one that you want to talk to. Kind of expect
Right.
to have some rebellion, because a lot of the spirits have been there for centuries, and they're not going to want to go.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but it's going to be a good challenge for you, because you're not a quitter.
No.
No, no matter what you do, you're not a quitter. When your marriage that you had, you fought like hell to keep that marriage strong. Then you had enough.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep. Oh yeah.
and now you got a nice. Just to let you know, your present husband and you knew each other in your past life.
I don't doubt that.
You were together back then. You were such a nag to him.
I still am.
Yeah, but you know what? He loves every minute of it.
He does. He needs
know.
it.
And actually, the person I see you meeting for you will be someone that you knew in your past life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Allow yourself to be loved.
Okay.
You understand what I mean by that, right?
Yeah.
You have you have a lot of confidence in you. Okay. And are you a winner every day?
I am.
Okay.
I know
And
exactly
you
who I
are too.
am.
I want you to
Absolutely.
practice that. All right. How about you, Amo? Are you
Oh,
a
he's
winner?
a big winner
boy?
every day.
Big winner and a whiner.
Yeah.
I like his talk.
Do you give in people food?
No, he does not get that because when you go into restaurants, you don't want to serve dog sticking
Oh,
their
I
nose
see.
in
So
people's
that's a good reason.
faces.
Okay.
And also, German Shepherds as a whole have very touchy digestive systems, so it's healthier for them to stay on a particular food and diet.
Yeah. Do you feed him 3 times a day, once a day? Or
Twice.
Twice a day?
Yeah.
And he drinks a lot of water?
Yep, he drinks a good amount.
Remember, he wants a new collar.
I will get him a new collar. No
I
problem.
will know. But he drinks a lot of water, huh?
I mean, not an abnormally amount.
No, maybe for
yeah.
But I also sense that a lot of times when you're having that sugar problem or whatever, that's when you could start after it's all over, you might drink some water. Cause it takes a lot of energy out of him.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
I'm sure it does.
And boy, and you know what? I got to tell you, you two were meant to be together. I don't believe
I
in
believe
the
that.
oh no, it's a coincidence. It's like that guy, that Looney Tune that was out there. But anyway, he's a good guy. But I believe that everything happens for a reason.
I do too.
Okay, you got to get a new car.
I have a
Just
new
got
used
one.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do.
How old?
It's a 2010.
Okay. In the next 2 years, you need to get another new one.
Mm,
Maybe I'm gonna win the lottery or something.
maybe.
The money will be there when you need it. Okay. How old is your car?
2010.
How are your brakes?
They've been fine, but I'll get them checked.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
I'd rather be wrong than to be right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I've often thought about getting my driver's license back. No, I did not lose it, folks, for DWI, even though I've been accused of it. You know, I was totally blind. Would you want to ride with me if I was blind?
No.
My poor son, I don't know how he took it out then. And so I said, you know what, it's time for me to turn my license in. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
Do I miss it sometimes? I was never much of a driver. I didn't like driving that well. I like being chauffeured, you know. Makes you feel like the queen of the day, you know. But I thought about it. Scott and I talked about it. You know what, I don't need it back. I have so many people don't take me. When I do private parties, they come pick me up. And I have a great, and daughters were like my granddaughter, and your daughter as well. I have a terrific granddaughter. You know, I mean, a daughter-in-law and my granddaughter. You know, it's all in how you treat each other. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do you have for a message to give to everybody? What's going on?
My message would be Guardian Angels medical service dogs. We've talked about it before. If you want to make donations, that's how they survive. Between donations and fundraisers and grants, you can go to their website. It's Guardian Angels Medical Service Dogs Incorporated. There's a donation button right on it.
Do they accept any amount of money?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
And what is your message?
My message is get involved in your local history, your historical places, because they need help. You know, they only usually are there with volunteers, and they need they need funds, they need resources, but just for people to show up and do things. And history is important.
It really is.
Because if you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going.
Isn't it amazing that how they want to take all the history away? You know,
Yeah.
that what would, if they take the history away, let me ask you, would they have to take the slavery days away too?
They have to take everything away.
And
Yeah.
would that be, isn't that part of history?
Well, they want everything under the rug, but here's the thing. History is like,
It's how we learn.
it's like your feet.
Yeah.
If you, it's where you've been. If your feet are out from underneath you, you have nothing to stand on.
Yeah.
So you need to stand on your history.
You know, and it's a pleasure having you back on. You gonna come back on again?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. 'Cause I love having people on. You know, repeats and all that. And the spiritual people don't want to come on, and that's okay.
Yeah, we gotta show you Ammo's new collar when I get it.
Yeah, please. Please. One thing I also will tell you is if they want to help you, and how would they get a hold of you to help you?
Like I said, I would contact the Old Berwick Historical Society, and that's in South Berwick, Maine, but they have a Facebook page. So OBHS, yeah.
So they could actually leave a phone number, and you would get back to them.
Yep, well, that, or somebody from the somebody from the Historical
Right, yeah,
Society
okay.
would, but absolutely, put my name in there, and absolutely.
Besides the miracle done, what else? What do you have for the people? Another message.
My other message for everybody. Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to what she's saying about history and just take responsibility. You know, I think we've really gotten to be a society that stops taking responsibility for our own actions. Take responsibility for you, your community, you know, your health, all that.
And you're the same, right?
The same exact, yeah.
What I'm going to tell you, my last words is, I love that. Take really, whether you like me, whether you disagree with my political views, and if you disagree with my political views, then you weren't my friend to begin with.
Right.
Right.
Okay, but every day I want you, no matter how bad things are out there, it will get better as long as you allow it to. But you have to help yourself. And remember, folks, every day you are the winner. And I'll see you next week. That was a good.